This complex production took over a year to prepare and 6 months to shoot in locations around the world, from Great Britain to Mexico, the United States, including Pearl Harbor itself. The film then...
Hello, Princess Anna. I love your movie. All right, how's everyone doing this morning? I think we can do a little bit better, but I know it's early. Coffee's still kicking in. Coffee's still kicking in for me too. So, one more time. How are you doing today? Okay, I'll take that one. I'll take that one. So, my name is Cassidy. I'm the director of the Senate. This is my very talented assistant director, Yale, saying, "Hi, Yale." Hi, Yale. And we would like to welcome you to Disney's Hollywood Studios Backlot Tour. We're going to begin your tour right here at the Special Effects Water Tank. Now, water tanks like this, they're playing major roles in action films today, and it's the explosive, out-of-control mayhem that you have seen in films such as Crimson Tide, The Rock, and Pearl Harbor can be created using both physical and mechanical visual effects. And then these effects are filmed as a carefully planned sequence of events. Now, today we are in pre-production for our own action sequence called Harbor Attack. And what we mean by pre-production is the actors are not on set yet. They are going to be arriving late, as the Hollywood types tend to do. So me and y'all will test out all these special effects for them to make sure they are safe for when they finally go live on the set. Now, would you like to see some of these special effects? All right, let's show them some water cannons. Water cannons like those are pressurized up to 100 pounds per square inch. Wheels have bulkheads. Which have to be programmed in time to match continuity of the visuals and eventually the patterns of the sound effects. Now, the most important type of visual effect, and I think our favorite, is fire, which has to be ignited at a precise because it does take a lot of time and hard work to reset or charge for an explosion. Now, we will be testing for 2 different scenes today. The first scene takes place in the engine room below the waterline here on the PT boat, but for filming purposes, we have recreated the engine room right over here. Now, a little bit later, we're going to have a mechanic sitting in this seat of awesomeness, and when I call for action, the mechanic, he's going to pick up the phone. He's going to talk to his captain. Captain, we have lost the engine. They've been shot out. We can't get them back. And I see one engine on. It's a little bit of water. Did I see a little bit of water? What I really meant to say was 1,000 gallons of freezing cold water just got dumped on those tanks and ran into a poor mechanic like a freight train. Oh, poor mechanic. Now, if the mechanic does not show up a little bit later today, would anyone like to volunteer to be casted as the mechanic? I have one brave soul. One! Alright. Let me ask you this. If there is, okay, so we have 3 brave souls. All right, perfect. Now, if there's someone right next to you want to see in that seat, raise your hands. Oh my God, you're so nice to each other. Now you just don't really want to tell the truth. All right, so the next scene takes place on the top of the PT boat. We're going to have the brave captain on the top, the not so brave crew on the bottom, and what I call for action. Got a little playback from Miguel. And what I call for action. The captain is going to pick up those binoculars. He is searching the sky for enemy planes. He hears them approaching and sees them. And they're coming in right at 10 o'clock. Surprise! They're stunned. They're running all over the ship. They don't know what's going on. They better figure it out. Those planes are coming in for another ride. Now, remember what happened to the mechanic just a moment ago? Well, this is exactly what happened. An enemy torpedo is the yeah, that looked like it stung a little bit. Yeah. Now, they think it's over at this point. They think it's time to relax. Do you think it's time to relax? No, it's an action film. When do you relax in an action film? So, those planes are coming in again. Now, I need every one of you to point to the sky like this. Point to the sky. Because enemy bombers are coming in at 12 o'clock. Bombs are away, everyone. Get them dead. Why couldn't it work with doing something? See, there's 2 torpedoes heading towards us! Oh my gosh, we need to those up! Watch out, you guys! Ooh, is everyone okay? Were we always missing like a quarter of the row? Were those spaces between you guys always there? We're about to go look for those people a little bit later on. So what do you guys think of those special effects? Well, I'm certainly glad you liked them, but unfortunately our time has come to an end. Aww. But your towards is beginning. Nice! So what's going to happen is, I need you all to dramatically turn to the left, head down the right to the prop house. You'll be boarding our shuttle for the next portion of your
Is that
tour.
dramatic enough?
That was dramatic.
You knew it just by looking at it. You didn't have to read it.
I know. Yeah.
Frozen.
Lone Ranger sucked. You're supposed to be filming on one side, I'm supposed to be filming on the other.
I didn't bring it.
Yeah, you didn't bring it. Why didn't you?
You said you were bringing an extra.
Extra battery. See, there's a shrink ray. Go around to shrink ray, and then a freaking lawnmower from Binford Tools that Tim the Toolman Taylor decided he wanted to spiff up, whatever. See? Shrink ray. I can get on the other side. Binford Tools. Proudly presents Tim the Toolman Taylor helicopter. They have tags from each movie. I want to spend more time in here. I wonder if we can just come in here one time and just look. Because each thing is tagged at what movie it was on.
Dentro del tren. Y vigilen a los niños. Gracias.
We're at Hollywood Studios, by the way. And we're on the backlot tour right now. And we're about to do the backlot tour. So yeah.
All right, folks, sit back, relax, driver. We're all clear.
See? Like he said.
Be sure to keep a lookout for new additions here on the Backlot Tour, such as sets from the Lone Ranger and costumes from Oz the Great and Powerful.
Hello everyone, my name's Don and
There's
welcome
literally
aboard.
nobody up there.
We're heading into the backlot of Disney's Hollywood Studios. This production area was built in 1988 as a Florida counterpart to the Walt Disney Studios in Burbank, California. We included sound stages, recording studios, high-tech editing rooms, all the tools needed to create movies, TV shows, and radio broadcasts. We've even got our very own water tower too. It's up ahead on the left side of our shuttle. We call it the Earful Tower. It's inspired by the water tower Walt Disney had built for his Burbank studio in 1939. Our Florida tower stands a lucky 13 stories high, and we added our own creative touch, a giant set of Mickey Mouse ears. If you wanted to wear those ears, you'd have to have a hat size of 342 3/8. Up ahead, after the next bend in the road, you'll have a perfect opportunity to take a picture of this famous icon. In the world of entertainment, every project starts with a screenplay and a lot of creative ideas. A production studio is where the ideas of writers, producers, and directors are transformed into an on-screen reality. Within these huge spaces, filmmakers can literally create their own worlds. Our Florida sound stages are soundproof, weatherproof, and most importantly, air-conditioned. All vitally important for the cast, crew, and equipment. Many of the crafts needed for filmmaking are located right here on the lot. On the left, we have our own greens department. It grows flowers, trees, shrubs, and topiaries. A few well-placed plants can cover up empty spots in the set and add a touch of natural beauty to a scene. On the right are two vintage World War II aircraft. But these P-40 replicas were created specifically for the big screen, even though they look as if they could join the action at any moment. You might say these high flyers are real characters. Oh, keep your cameras focused to the right. We're coming up on that perfect angle of the Earful Tower I told you about. It's a true masterpiece. We're entering one of our most glamorous and colorful departments, creative costuming. Many of these costumes will become part of the shows and attractions of the Walt Disney World Resort. In fact, here in Florida,
we have the largest working wardrobe department in the world. Why, Mickey Mouse alone has over 175 different outfits to choose from, while Minnie Mouse keeps more than 200 unique costumes in her wardrobe. On the left are costumes worn by the stars in recent studio productions. You'll probably recognize some of those costumes from the big screen. Our team of set designers, carpenters, artists, and engineers has created caves and caverns, game show sets, even replicas of the U.S. Supreme Court and NASA's Mission Control, all on our sound stages. The shop also provides sets and props for our shows and parades here at Walt Disney World. The same skill and craftsmanship that goes into a movie set can also be used to create magic for our parks. Either way, it's all about making dreams come true. Now we're entering a zone we call the Boneyard. It's an outdoor storage area for oversized props and vehicles. Cars, trucks, boats, planes, we often save these props in case we need them for future productions. In this backlot collection, you may find real working vehicles, non-working mock-ups, and even large-scale miniatures used in special effects shots. Large-scale models create a more convincing illusion on camera. The production crew has just given us clearance to enter the set.
Hello, Backlot Tour. I'm Amy, a production coordinator here at the studios. I can see your shuttle heading toward our canyon set. I've given your driver permission to come in and take a look around. I'm up here with our effects crew, and we're getting ready to shoot a test sequence. Oh, on the way in, you're going to be crossing a wooden bridge, and things may get a little bumpy, so please, hold on to your belongings, especially hats, cameras, and glasses, and keep an eye on any small children in your party. And of course, please remain seated at all times. Welcome to the set. As you can see, we brought the bare, dry deserts of Southern California to green, typically humid Central Florida. This set is based on real locations that our production designer took pictures of. Our set crew spent about 6 months building the canyon, but we've used it for a number of TV shows and specials over the years. For our upcoming production, the script called for a tanker truck. We found this one in our boneyard, but it was too big to drive into place. So we picked it up with a crane and set it down here. We're up on the overhead platforms and I see our director has arrived. As soon as the rain effect is ready, we'll begin the sequence. This sudden shower is really just a special effect. We've rigged up a series of water nozzles just above your trim. The water sprays in a crisscross pattern to create a sense of depth. But this storm only covers the first few feet of the set. Okay, it's showtime. Everybody stay seated. Hang on to your belongings and watch your children.
She goes, I knew I'd put you over there for a good reason.
I like how they turn on the plane.
Hi everybody, I'm Clay Hall, the director of the new Disney Toon Studios animated feature, Planes. Looks like the historic aircraft on the right is getting into the spirit of our new film. You know, it would fit right in with Dusty Crophopper, El Chupacabra, and all their high-flying friends from Prop Wash Junction. Now that plane was not
Makeover. Those dents and dings were added on purpose, but he can be polished up as good as new for his next starring role.
Isn't that from
My Favorite Martian?
Yeah.
On our right, we now have a very different view of the fishing village set. From this point of view, you can see that there is no inside to the buildings. They are just false fronts or facades. In the movie, set designers and builders.
That light show in December. Yeah, it's on that street.
We've just about reached the end of our tour. Our final stop is the American Film Institute Showcase, where you can see the actual costumes and movie props used in some of Hollywood's most famous films. There are some pretty amazing items in there, so feel free to take all the time you like. Please stay seated until our tram comes to a complete stop and check around you for any personal items that may have fallen during our trip. Well, as they say in Hollywood, that's a wrap.
Is everybody ready? Well, great, because it's showtime. Ready when you are, CB. And we are rolling. Hello everyone and welcome to the Great Movie Ride. Once again, my name is Justin and I will be taking you to this Hollywood Town Station into some of the greatest movies of all time, all on one tour. But just between you and me, this is no ordinary tour, as the Great Movie Ride brings the movies to life and puts you right in the middle of the action. Folks, but I just love the great Hollywood musicals of the 1930s. This scene is from one of my favorites, the Busby Berkeley classic, Right Parade, starring James Cagney, Ruby Keeler, and Dick Powell. In 1952, Gene Kelly was singing in the rain with Debbie Reynolds and Donald O'Connor. Did you know Gene Kelly co-directed this movie? And can anyone tell me what movie this is? That's right, Walt Disney's Academy Award-winning film from 1964, Mary Poppins, starring Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke. What a glorious feeling, I'm married, Sorry about the delay, folks, but I don't want to run a red light, even if it is just a movie. You talking to me? You talking to me?
Tough guy, I'm talking to the date with the funny looking outfit over there. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Come in.
I'm not supposed to leave my vehicle.
I said, get over here.
Okay, you Bugsy, whatever you say.
Hey, how'd you know my name anyways?
I've seen it before.
Name's on, see? Your fancy car is my ticket out of here, so beat it.
You're making a big mistake here.
I said, scram out of here, you gotta get white.
You can't just walk out in the middle of the
Oh, go on, beat it, you sap.
know about you guys, but this is kind of creepy. Where are we?
This is Alien. You are with Sigourney Weaver aboard the spaceship Nostromo. Something has gone wrong. One by one, the crew has vanished. And somewhere in the ship, a terrifying creature waits to claim its next victim.
Look, pal, I ain't no victim.
Warning, remain in your vehicle. The area you are entering is extremely dangerous. Proceed with caution.
The emergency destruct system is now active. The ship will detonate in T-minus 10. The option to override automatic detonation
Look out!
expires T-minus 5 seconds.
It is again. Look at how pretty tall this one, Ben. Right? Wrong.
Here in Raiders of the Lost Ark, amid 1,000 deadly snakes, Indiana Jones honors. And what will be your fate? Beware.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
Halt, unbeliever. Disturb the treasure of the gods, and you shall all pay with your lives.
Spell backwards.
Oh, rubbish, you have no power here. Be gone before someone about the house on you, too.
I'll bide my time. Just try to stay out of my way. Just try. I'll get you, my pretty, and you're gonna wrong, too.
There are thousands of other great movies out there just waiting for you to discover. And here are just a few of my...
So follow along with me, draw really, really lightly. I'll tell you when to darken stuff in, and you don't need an eraser. Make sense? Second most important rule, don't be frustrated. Because if you're on vacation, you're here to have fun, this isn't anything serious. You won't be granted on anything, and I don't have the authority to hire you. So just do the best job that you can, and reasons take practice. All the words I can't come out because you can. You're all 100% capable of doing this. All you have to do is try. And see your drawing through to the end. Even if you make one bad line, you think it's the end of the world, it's not. Just fiction lines keep going. Life will go on. It's true. Even if you don't like your drawing, life will go on. How's everybody doing? Fantastic. Welcome to the Academy. My name is Brian. I'm going to teach you how to draw stuff today. How many of you have been to the class before? Awesome. Almost all of you. So you
So Minka did a quick little drawing class and we drew the genie.
But you can't
The
see
wind's
because the wind's
screwed
blowing.
up.
Go quick, I'll tell you that.
I know that's gonna go quick. Shoot anyone?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna need it for my meal. They're gonna put it in 1,000. Oh yeah.
Pasta sounds good, but I know I will be way too full. Plus, I should try those mushrooms. You know how I like mushrooms.